Video is going to show you how to create scatter plots, two scatter plots, and join them to make a curve, join the points. We're going to use an economics example. I've got some data here that I want to graph. I want to graph both TR and TC against Q. So Q in economics is the total output, TR is the total revenue, and then TC is the total cost. Okay, so here's my data. I've just got 8 values. And I've got the corresponding total revenue and the total cost. Okay, and I want to graph it all. So what I do is I open a new document or a new page in the same document and a graphs page. So I go on, press on. Yeah, so I've opened a new page in the same document. Okay, so I've got 1.1 here with my data, 1.2 is my graphing. So I go menu, graph entry, scatter plot. Okay, so my x variable, if you remember, I want that to be Q, the total output. So I put Q, I go down, and let's first graph TR, the total revenue. Get out of there, press enter. Now, you can see one dot there. The reason I can't see the others is because if we look here, the values are so big that we couldn't actually see it. So they're actually out higher than 6, which is why we can't see them. So let's adjust our window. So window settings. Now we're never going to have a x value that's negative. So let's start at, say, just like -1. And the maximum, well, we only go up to 8, so let's just leave it at 10. Okay. The y minimum, again, we're never going to have a negative. So let's call it -10 or something. The y max, we actually go up to about 600. So we'll try 600. That's okay. Now I can see all the points. So here's the all the data for TR against Q. So down here, instead of X, is actually Q, and up the Y value is TR in this case. To join these dots, just press Menu, Actions, and Attributes. Okay, number 4. Then nothing happens, but if you move your slider over to one of the points, it says scatter plot S1. Yep, that's what we want to change. Now it says the first one's fine. The second one, it says points are not connected. That's not what we want. So I move across, and now it says points are connected. So I just click anywhere else to get out of that. And so I've got points are connected. So to graph the next function, we go Menu, Graph Entry Edit, Scatter Plot, Q, against, now I want TC, the total cost. There they are. And again, I want to join all the dots. So I go Menu, Actions, Attributes, click on one of the points, and I scroll down to here. Points are not connected. I want them to be. Move across. And there we are. So now we've got our two functions, both connected, and we can see where they intersect and also where they're separate. So let's see if we can trace. Okay, so at the moment I'm here on the TR function. So if I go across, my point of intersection is when Q equals 2, so the total output is 2, and this means the total revenue and the total cost both equal 150. Now remember, we want the revenue to be higher than the cost, so we actually make a profit. So really, we want the blue one to be higher than the red one, so we would want the output to be between 2 and while the blue one's above it. So if we go across to find out when that is, so at 3, our revenue is higher than our cost. Our 4, same thing. 5, same thing. 6, same thing. When we get to 7, it's not anymore. So really, the ideal would be to make either 6, 5, 4, or 3 output. 2 is okay, we break even, but otherwise, any other values mean that we lose money. Okay. Now, you might also be interested in when the difference between TR and TC is maximized. Now, that you can just see by looking at it. I'd say that is probably at this point here, when Q equals 4, that's probably when there's the biggest difference between the blue curve and the red curve. So it's the biggest difference between the revenue and the cost. So that's just by looking at the graph.